TwoConnect makes implementing ACORD XML standards for application messaging, ESB, and host integration easy. In this video, we're going to demonstrate how we use our TwoConnect BizTalk Accelerator for ACORD to quickly deliver solutions on the BizTalk server platform by demonstrating some time-saving features of the accelerator. We'll be looking at the schema generator, a Visual Studio plugin for accessing ACORD schemas and slices, TXLife slice templates for the business messages defined by ACORD, the slice generator for creating custom slices based on any number of XML instances, and finally, ACORD code table integration with BizTalk cross-referencing. To start with, I have a sample message that I would like to receive from a trading partner. It's a TXLife message, and looking further down, I can see that it is a 121 general requirements order. So the first thing we'll do is launch Visual Studio and create a new BizTalk server project. The schema generator is integrated with Visual Studio, so to access it, we choose Add, Generated Items, and choose TwoConnect ACORD Schema. This launches our ACORD schema generator. The accelerator includes the top-level definitions for the 3 ACORD XML messaging standards: life and annuity, property and casualty, and reinsurance. For this message, we're going to select the TXLife specification and the root element TXLife. Now, the schema generator presents us with a tree view of the TXLife message that we can either manipulate and select types from directly, or we can use slices. Now, I know this is a 121, so the first thing I can try is using the 121 slice that ships with the accelerator. So after browsing to my slice folder, I selected that, and I'll go ahead and apply this to the schema. And once that's done, we see that all of the elements that are specified in that slice are now checked off here in my schema. So I'll go ahead and I'll give this a name, 01.xsd, and click Generate to add this to my project. Now, opening this up in the BizTalk editor, I see that I now have a slice of TXLife that includes only the types that were part of my slice definition. However, looking at this and comparing it to my example, I can see real quick that there are some elements in my instance that are not included in the slice. That's because the slices that are defined based on the ACORD messages only include the base types that are required for that message. To solve this problem, I can use another tool that's part of the accelerator, the slice generator. The slice generator takes up to 3 parameters. One of them is a directory, but I'll just use the default. The other is the namespace that you're generating the slice for, and finally your output file. So I'll go ahead and I'll run the slice generator against all the files in this directory, which is my sample instance. And I've now created my generated 121. So to use this, I'll just come back to Visual Studio, and I will launch the generator again, and select TXLife, and the root element again. But this time I will browse to my output folder, which is right here, and choose my generated 121. And I'll apply this one. And after this runs, we'll see with the check mark that there are more elements that are checked off in the schema because my sample instance includes a number of elements that are not part of the base type defined by ACORD. So when this is done, we'll go ahead and open up the tree, and I see that additional elements such as user auth request and the ones in there are checked, as well as additional content under TXLife request. So now what I can do is give this another name, call this one gro2.xsd, and click Generate to add this schema to my project. And I'll go ahead and open this one up, and yeah, I can see already that this has more types defined than the previous one. So just to make sure it worked right, we'll go ahead and use some of the features built into the BizTalk editor. I'll go ahead and select my input instance, which is my sample. And there is one bit of housekeeping I need to do. I do know that there are no extension elements on this OLAP extension, so I'm just going to set this any element to min 0. And we'll save this and validate instance. And that succeeded. So I now have a slice of the TX life that matches the message that I expect to be sending or receiving from my trading partner. So this is how we can use slices and the schema generator to quickly implement ACORD messaging in BizTalk server. Finally, I want to show you code table integration. What we have are all of the 4 ACORD standard code tables already defined in BizTalk cross-referencing input format. These can be used as they are out of the box, or can be easily customized to define the codes in or for the customer's internal applications. One of the easier ways to access this is through the functoids in the map. So what I'm going to do is just add my sample map real quick. Oh, that's right here. So I have a sample schema and a sample map. And opening the map file real quick, there is the lookup common ID functoid, which takes 3 values. One of them is the cross-referencing application that they're defined in, as well as the actual codes. In this case, we'll be looking up something in the address type table with an internal value of OLI add type. Now when I run the map, you can see that it's very easy to look up, based on these codes, the common ID or common value of that which is client customer service address. So this can easily be customized to map codes among and between any number of applications right here in the mapper or in the orchestration designer. So these are just a few examples of how the TwoConnect BizTalk Accelerator for ACORD makes implementing ACORD XML solutions using BizTalk Server quick and cost-effective for customers and applications of all types and sizes. For more information, please visit us on the web at www.twoconnect.com, and thank you for joining us.